Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Breaking Bad. Last time on Breaking Bad, we had Face Off, the Season 4 finale, where it was a face-off between Walt and Gus. Walt and Jesse tried to kill Gus after their first attempt, and basically Walt went to Hector to assist in killing Gus. And he did, because basically Hector went to the DEA, not to say anything, he just went there, and that aroused the suspicion of Gus. So he went to kill Hector with the poison, but when he did, Walt had actually rigged a bomb to Hector's wheelchair, and he hit his bell, and boom, the whole thing went up literally in smoke, and Gus died after getting his face blown off and everything. And then they found out that Gus was not the one who poisoned Brock, but it was actually because Brock accidentally ate some berries called Lily of the Valley. And then at the end, we cut back to Walt's backyard, where he had Lily of the Valley growing in his backyard. So, all right. If I sound a little low energy, this is the second time recording this, not the episode, but just the intro. The first time it wasn't going well, and I also got interrupted, so yeah. This is also the first episode of the season, so if you want to watch my full-length reaction, what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment. That will take you over to my Patreon page, where you can watch my full unedited reaction for free. There's no show footage. You're gonna have to link up your show footage to my footage of the reaction. Sync those two up. I've made that as easy as possible, and when you can watch it, hopefully have a good time. You can sign up for full length or not. Kind of depends on you. And it's totally okay if you don't, and it's totally okay if you do as well. And then when you're done with that, you can pop over here for the discussion, which is also what I must say, because it is most likely that we are, for the edited reaction of this episode, it is going to have to be a highlight reaction. So if that is the case, then the edited reaction is also in the description and in the pinned comment. You can click it, watch it. It's just a normal 10-minute highlight reaction. And when you're done with that, again, pop right back over here to this video for the discussion. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this episode of Breaking Bad. Here we go. Oh, God. I think he's gone. I think he has gone off the deep end. He is so far up his own anus that it is quite frankly impressive. He is so far up his own anus that he has literally circled back around and gone up again. Because I say so. We're done when I say we're done. I forgive you. he is riding a high right now. An unbelievable high right now. And I can only assume that it's all gonna come crashing down, and he's going to end up alone at a Denny's on his 52nd birthday. Wow. That was insane, man. Live free or die. That's this episode. So, to get into the notes, the first thing I wrote down is the hair and Denny's. That's how I wrote down that opening scene. Hair and Denny's. That's what I took away from that. Now, so we have what seemed like it was going to be a time jump, but now I understand what that was. That was like in season 2 when we had the crime scene until eventually it turned out to be the plane crash. We found out in the final scene of season 2 that it was a plane crash that they were showing us the whole time. And that is what I think that opening scene was, where it shows us... Oh, excuse me, jeez. Oh, sorry, I'm a little tired. But basically, that is showing us that's showing us where I think we're going. Now, there's 16 episodes in season 5, so I'm not sure if that's going to be like the final scene, or if that's eventually just going to be like maybe that's the last few episodes is once we finally catch up to that. I don't know. But I think that's at least what we're going to be doing. We are going to be catching up to that point, basically. But we're going to see tiny snippets of that. We're going to see tiny snippets of this, I guess, future story that we will eventually catch up to. And in this future, Walt has hair. He has a different name. He has a car coming. He was using a car from New Hampshire, and then he went and got a car from someone else, which also had a gun. Excuse me. Ugh, I don't know why I'm yawning all of a sudden. Oh, okay. So it's his 52nd birthday. I don't exactly know how old he's supposed to be here. So I don't really know, I can't tell how much time has passed, obviously, yes. In the future, that was his 52nd birthday, but I'm not sure in the present, how old he's supposed to be. I would imagine it's not too far off, though. So, yeah. I mean, it has to be far enough off that he grew his hair out, as well as a beard, Which, I mean, a beard grows faster than hair, but still. He had a full head of hair. That was crazy. So, yeah. So, we pretty much just got that we don't really know what he's doing, just that he got another car. He is using a false name. So, it almost makes you wonder if it's, alluding to maybe Hank found him. Maybe Hank found out and now he's on the run, Maybe. Who knows? We had to clean up. Which was interesting. Walt has to make sure all the evidence is gone. Not only for making the bomb, I do like, he thinks about the Lily of the Valley, make sure he gets that. So, which, because he went and got it, that is 100% confirmation that he was the one that he was the one that poisoned Brock, 100%. And also with the whole thing about the ricin, that was a risky game he played, Like, we were thinking, oh man, it's ballsy for Gus to be doing this, It's ballsy for Gus to do that, to pin Brock's poisoning on Walt. But basically, it's ballsier that Walt pinned it on himself being pinned by Gus, basically. He pinned it as Gus pinning it on him. It's a very ballsy strategy that he did, but it worked, obviously. So, that was pretty crazy. I wrote down murderer. Murderer! So, yeah. He has to know that Skyler needs some time for this, She needs time because that's the thing, is that the thing is that while, yes, she has been introduced to, his world and stuff, I mean, it took her a while before, ever thinking that Walt couldn't leave, That's the thing. For a while, she was still on the whole, like, oh, maybe you could just leave. And, he had to really try to get it through to her. It's like, no, I can't just, quit and go do something else. It doesn't work like that. So I'm pretty positive that she had no idea about the people he has murdered or dissolved or anything like that, So that's the thing. All of that comes rushing in with the death of Gus. And not only, because that's the thing, it's not only that Walt, now she knows that Walt has killed someone, but honestly, Walt committed an act of terrorism, Like, this isn't just murder, this is honestly, like, terrorism, So that's the thing, it's not just that she found out about murder, but, like, the worst murder, And she just, found out, basically, about Gus. That Gus was the mastermind behind all this. He was the drug lord. So yeah, she is definitely going to take some time. But Walt doesn't get that. Because Walt is so far up his own anus, he doesn't understand. Oh, boy. We had the camera. I didn't even think about that, man. I didn't even think about that the camera is like, yeah, there is recorded evidence of Walt and Jesse cooking and evidence of Mike being in there, evidence of Gus killing Victor, Like, all this evidence, basically. So I didn't even think about that. Sorry, I just looked over at my clock and it says 4:20, so nice. Anyway, but yeah, I didn't even think about that. Well, because the other thing, too, is that, it's interesting that Gus recorded it specifically, Which, I mean, I guess that's so that, at the very least, he can keep an eye on things, and if he needs to go back in the tapes, he can. But you would think it would have just been just to monitor them, but not to record them, So, yeah, I never would have thought about that. We got Mike back. Hooray! We haven't had Mike for a few episodes, so that was nice to have him back. And yeah, as soon as he hears that Gus is dead, he is on the hunt. Oh man, because that's the thing too. Is like, because like, I guess technically there's no reason. I mean, it basically just means Mike's out of a job. He's going to have to, figure out something else to do. But it is interesting that he would want to kill Walt and Jesse. Well, at least Walt. He didn't really want to kill Jesse, So that's the thing. Oh, man. But it was nice having him back. And it's like, okay, yeah, they have to put their differences aside to deal with this camera problem. So that was pretty cool. And then let's use a magnet. Sure. Let's do that. Like, what the dumbest plan in existence. Let's use a magnet to destroy the thing. You know? I don't know. It's like, I thought they were just gonna, like, you know, if they could find a way in, you know, maybe like use a flash drive with a virus or something to destroy the computer. But no, let's use a magnet. Not just a magnet, but let's also fling all the stuff across the room, you know? Oh, man. I did like getting the one guy back. The friend... what's his name on... Dang it, I wanted to say the guy from Friends, you know, the upstairs neighbor to Monica and Rachel, but I don't remember the character's name. I don't remember. I still like, he's still playing the same character, basically. And I guess it's just, you know, just because of how he talks, but it's like, honestly, it feels like he's playing the exact same character, you know? It's my headcanon that... oh, wait, that doesn't work. He died on Friends. That character... spoilers, I guess, for Friends, if anyone's watching. But, yeah, he died on Friends, you know? That character died on Friends, so he can't be here. Or, unless this was before Friends. That does not work. That doesn't work at all. Because Friends is very specifically in the 90s and the early 2000s, and this... I don't know what year we're on at this point, but I mean, didn't the show start in 2008? So yeah. But magnets was very interesting. Hey, I'm glad Jesse contributed something. I'm glad for that. I love every time Jesse gets excited. It's like, yeah, magnets, man. It's like, oh, I could listen to this guy be excited about stuff all day. I love him. Oh. And it did. I guess it did work. Unfortunately, it seems like it revealed something else in the picture of Gus and Max. Oh man, that I'm very curious as to what that might be. I'm sure there'll be something else to come bite them in the ass, you know. But they are untraceable. The whole truck was untraceable because Walt did make sure that there were no fingerprints, which that is good. You know, I believe that there won't be any fingerprints on the truck. You know, nothing to link it to them and nothing to link it back to the scrapyard. But it is true that technically we don't know. Well, that's the thing. The glass screen has been, you know, cracked. So I would imagine, yes, the laptop was destroyed, basically. But yeah, but then, you know, the whole thing with the picture. So technically, yes, Walt's plan did work, but he is way too cocky about it now. It's like, you know, how are we supposed to know that this will work? It's like, because I say so. And it's like, you just know Mike wanted to kill him right then and there, you know? Like, what a dick thing to say. Walt is on such a high right now that it's going to make for such a great fall when this all does come crashing in on him, you know? Ted's alive! Finally. Man, I made the assumption that he was dead, and he's actually alive, you know? Okay, but so what... Okay, so what call did Skyler get in episode 11 of season 4? Because she got a call like, Walt, what was that call I just got? So was that... Okay, wait. Maybe it was Saul called Skyler and said Ted is in the hospital. And then today, he went over and was like, oh, I've got news about Ted. And she's like, oh my god, he's dead, isn't he? And he says, no, he woke up. Which is honestly worse, because then he could talk. So, man, oh man. Which that's the thing too. I was kind of wondering. It's like, oh man, he might blame her for this and stuff. And it's like, no, he's being quiet. He'll keep his mouth shut to protect his kids and stuff, to protect his family. And he doesn't, like he basically just told the police like, oh, it was just an accident. Which, to be fair, yeah, it was, you big klutz. It is. Like, that's the thing. It was kind of an accident. Like, yes, he was being, he was doing something under duress by, Bill Burr and Huel. But at the same time, he was the one that ran. And then he was the one that, tripped and fell right into his own wall. So, that's the thing. It was pretty much an accident. Like, if you didn't have that stupid rug there that you already tripped on in that episode, So, yeah. Honestly, it's like, it's not really Skyler's fault. It's not really their fault, technically. You're just a klutz, basically. But still, it is good that he's being quiet about the situation that preceded him tripping and bashing his head in, So that's something. He won't talk. So we do have confirmation that I like all this confirmation in this episode that yes, it was Huel that got the cigarette with the ricin from Jesse. Because that's the thing. That is one thing that Jesse says, like, oh, you probably had that big bodyguard of Saul's pat me down and take it. And Walt convinced him that didn't happen, but that did happen. So I like that. And yeah, you're there. Obviously, Walt was there to basically scold Saul for, it's like, oh, you didn't fight to talk to me, to tell me about this stuff, to contact me. I know. My Walter White will always be Richard Nixon, and there is no getting around that. So that's the thing, is that, that's the thing, is that you understand that, but with him being like, we're done when I say we're done, it's like, okay, he's going full Heisenberg now. He has lost his damn mind now. And I get, he's kind of laying down the law with Saul, but still, I think he's really losing it between that and, because I say so. And then the whole thing of I forgive you, which, oh God, I want to watch that again, just so I make sure. Turn the subtitles on.
I heard what happened to Ted.
He's not going to talk.
I forgive you.
What an unbelievable tool. Like, wow. I forgive you. Like, which, I mean, which is good for you, but still. What a tool, man. Oh my gosh. Between I forgive you, we're done when I say we're done, and because I say so, he's lost his damn mind. He's lost his mind, because not only did he kill Gus, he played Jesse, and he played Mike, and he played Saul, and now he's playing Skyler. He is, it's like I said at the beginning when he's like, I won. It's like when the doctor says he won. It's probably not a good thing when he just completely admits that. Just like that, and it's like, honestly, this is starting to feel like Time Lord victorious. Like, this is not the victory this is not a good victory, Oh my gosh, I forgive you. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to see how this all comes crashing down, because it will. We have 15 more episodes, 15 more, and then the movie. And then perhaps Better Call Saul if you guys vote for that. I think as crazy as the past, 4 seasons have been, and especially with the ending of season 4, how crazy all that has been, this is going to be one hell of a final season, and I am ready for it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Breaking Bad reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.